It is, you know? Because I feel like for myself as a woman, we think, well, we invested all this time, we've invested all this energy in this guy. You know, he was not saying a nothing, but you know, we get in and
he's
raise him up a little
through
bit.
the process.
You know, yeah. And it's like, I don't want another chick to have
what
this,
you put in work.
what we put, like, because I trained him and he's finally got it right.
I think the shit in relationship should go.
Trained is a strong word.
I have comments for this.
Trained is a strong word.
I'm not gonna be that drastic. After 2 years, if there's been no engagement and no talks about it, it's not going
That's the
anywhere.
same way I feel.
So, okay,
That's
so let me
just
ask
me
this
though.
question real quick, because I know that I've
That's how I
heard, and it may be just, you know, people say certain things, whatever, but I heard that a dude within, let's say, the first 3-4 months, he should know if you are wipeable.
He knows.
So
Oh no, he knows that.
basically,
Absolutely.
if I'm with you
Absolutely.
and after 3 years, if nothing's gone down, is that basically a tall tale sign for me to say, okay,
I'm gonna
he
say it
doesn't
like
think
this.
you're wipeable?
I'm gonna say it like this. After 2 years, he should at least be talking about marriage.
So the
Even if he
fellowship
hadn't proposed necessarily, y'all should be talking about it. Like
it
2
should be a
years.
conversation.
I'm
That's
just
it.
saying, 2
But
years.
you know what? I've been there, and I actually lost a good woman, my daughter's mom, because I didn't, and I loved her to death. I
You want to
still
look
love
at the
her.
camera and say that? You want
Oh,
to?
they trying to slander you, dog.
No,
They trying to slander you.
I'll start the fight.
I know it. I'm the biggest a-hole, you know, whatever. But people that really know me know that I'm a decent guy. When we broke up a year later, she said, "You know what? I'm glad that you didn't marry me." I said, "Why?" She's like, "Because I would have been stuck."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? If all I had to do was lock her down, and she would have been there.
Yeah.
You know, because
Exactly.
no matter how bad a relationship is, when you bring marriage into it, you know what I'm saying? Like if a man steps up and marries you,
Till
It's a big deal.
part.
it has to mean something.
No, it has to mean
I don't
something.
care what kind of relationship you have.
Absolutely.
That's a bond, right?
Absolutely.
And it's stronger than children.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't
We're supposed to
believe
be stronger
in
than children.
all of that other crap, that
Should.
marriage bond is serious, you know? And I think that's the thing, like if a guy wants to be with a woman,
He'll put
He's not gonna
within the
hesitate.
first 6 months
That's
to
what I'm
a
saying.
year,
He's not even
then
gonna hesitate.
marriage will come up.
If
Period.
you guys, ladies, we can pipe in. We don't have to go one.
Oh, I got something to say.
Say what you gotta say, Mama.
Speak on it.
Speak up.
Go on, girl. Living color style.
Oh, well, damn. No, I said, one, it depends on what age y'all got together.
True, very true.
I think that plays a role. If it's 18,
Yeah.
7 years.
I had a
it's probably not that
boyfriend
big a
from
deal.
20 to 25, and it was no talks like serious marriage because we was both so young. But at the same time, a lot of times women will hold on to a relationship just
Yeah.
because you've been with that person for so long.
Because you
could be with somebody, but that doesn't mean you need to marry them. Women don't know how to differentiate between this is this person, I'm learning a lesson from them,
Very
and it's
true.
a season and moving on.
Yeah, very
Plus,
true.
women will try, okay, you know he doesn't want to marry you, but you'll accept it, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna have kids by him, I'm gonna have more than one kid. I'm not gonna make him get married. I know he don't want to get married, but I'm gonna be here. Then you get mad when
When you
8,
see
9,
everybody else
10
getting
years go down the
married
road.
and-
If he don't want to marry you,
From jump.
then it's up to you to make that decision to either leave or deal with it. But you can't play both sides like, well, I'm gonna
Very
stay
true.
here.
Who wants to
hope
miss
he-
out though? Like,
Very
so they,
true.
you
But
don't
at the
wanna miss
same
out.
time, if he don't want to marry you, it is what it is. You can't make nobody marry
This is
you.
absolutely
So you
true.
need to
And
move
that-
on and
Absolutely
find
true.
somebody who wants to really be with you in
And
that
that is, I
manner.
think,
You know what,
one of the
though?
best things to say. You cannot make anyone do anything, and it's sad. when you
Because if
see
he
people
wanted to,
like-
he would do
He
it.
He would
already
absolutely
done it.
do it.
Ain't no reason to be with somebody no 8, 9,
I'm
10.
trying to knock on like
Point blank
Chrissy
period.
and Jim Jones' relationship, but like, you know, I'm watching this reality TV. That's when we gotta realize it's reality TV anyways. But I'm watching it and I'm seeing him propose, and I'm like, it was kind of like,
He's like,
let's do
Yeah,
this.
there was no
But-
romance.
Like, they have money
It was
on
like-
that.
You know what?
They have a lot of
I'm tired.
disposable income
Yeah,
to do
You know-
shit.
body language.
Most
body
regular
language.
You know
people,
what, though?
they stuck with each other because she didn't have a baby, so
And
now
they're
she feel like,
living
well, you're my
together,
baby
their
daddy. I don't want to
bills
feel like I failed. I don't want to feel like I'm another baby mama, so
So
I'm
I'm
gonna stay
gonna
around.
force this to
But in their
happen.
case, they don't have children.
They don't have
Yeah,
to.
they don't.
So she had every right. She should have just got up and balanced.
But you know what? If I'm a guy and if I'm with you for 5 years and I ain't married you, like I'm thinking the same way y'all thinking. I'd be like, man, we've been together 5 years.
But it's really convenient.
I'm not gonna make it.
It's convenient.
No. You know what though?
Comfortable, yeah.
Nah, 5 years. If I've dealt with you for 5 years, obviously your
But think
worst
about it.
I can handle.
A
So
lot
I
of
need to lock
niggas
you
comfortable.
down
You don't have to
before.
commit. You're having sex
You
with her.
still have
That's because
She's
is
giving
allowed.
you everything.
Yeah,
Y'all
allowed
stay
it.
together.
Okay,
The
but
bills, y'all pay the
See,
bills
I don't
together.
think that
But
way.
you don't have to get married.
Why?
I don't look
Wait,
at it
hold
that
up
way.
a second. What were you
It's
saying?
true.
Mama?
I just feel like, okay, if you've been in a relationship, you say longer than 2 years, correct? By 2
Yeah,
years, you guys
I say
are
2.
already knowing
Yeah.
what you want to do with the woman.
Conversation.
You should at least be talking about it.
What?
At least.
Maybe 5 years, okay. If you have not brought marriage up or anything
Yeah.
like that, that's
Right.
because the woman has not even made a point to, let him know
Initiate.
what her expectations are, what
Right.
she wants. She needs to be vocal about what she wants from the relationship.
Really?
Otherwise, it's going to continue going that way.
But isn't the ultimate goal?
Wait,
Like-
isn't that the point of
No,
dating?
yes, that's
But
just
for some
right.
people
Not
don't take it like
some
that.
people don't.
It's
That's what I'm
just, they
saying.
want to be with you, but they don't want to marry you. There's a difference. They want to date
I don't
you.
look
They
at
may like you. They may love you. But they
I
don't
feel
wanna
like
date
Wait, hold on a
you
second.
should not date somebody you don't consider
Actually,
Marriage
marriage
material.
And
material.
you know what? I think
So it's a
what's
waste of
People
funny-
have kids without
certain
wanting to
age.
make them their wife.
No, of
though.
course,
They'll
of
make
course.
somebody.
I was saying,
Oh, that's
like,
for
at a
good.
certain age, you
Uh-huh.
shouldn't. When you date, after probably, I'm gonna go in there and say,
I'll get you.
just throw a number out, 25.
Correct.
After the age of 25, you shouldn't
Correct.
even date nobody you shouldn't consider
that you
married.
don't consider.
And I just
Absolutely.
did that.
It's
You
a waste of
should-
time.
So with that,
missing
so
the
with that
relationship
said,
hasn't been-
you shouldn't be in a like I kind of think. To me, I think we should be thinking like y'all. I feel like I put in 5 years. I don't want you to finally get fed up with my crap because I ain't proposed or I ain't stepped up to the
And then
plate,
just bounce.
and then some other good nigga come along
True.
and he get what
It's everything you
I
want.
should have been getting if
Just
I'd
get
done my thing.
But that's your fault. No,
No, right. That's what I'm saying. Right? No, and that's what I'm saying, and that would be my fault.
God, I felt
So
you.
I'm just saying 5 years.
How about this? Wait. For one, you shouldn't be shacking anyway.
I don't believe
I've done
Shaq.
it. I've
But I
done
don't believe it. No,
Words
I
is
don't
I've
believe
done
it.
it before. I
I
was
don't
young.
If you've been dating for 5 years and been engaged, then you've been shacking.
Because the purpose of engagement
All of our
is to plan a
parents
Is the
marriage.
plan to marry.
All of our
Absolutely.
parents taught us don't shack.
Yep.
Right?
To this
Mama-
day.
that's
Wait, when you
To
say,
this day, mama
when you
tell
say
me that.
shack, you mean live together?
Live together.
Live together and you're not
Doing
married.
things married couples
Okay.
do.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Treat the
but if you're
boyfriend
playing the
or
role,
girlfriend like a
I was gonna say,
husband
if you're
and
playing the
wife.
role of a wife or me a husband, then we're tripping.
Exactly.
A lot of men don't
Just
get
being
married
realistic.
because they
Hold on
don't
a
have an
second.
incentive to get married. They're getting everything
This
from
is
a
true.
woman
Okay, this is
without
true.
having to be married. If you're
That's
living
what
with
the shacking
her,
up is the issue.
you're shacking,
Yeah.
y'all
Yes.
living together,
But
y'all
shacking
having
is the
kids,
means
and
for that.
she's not
Shacking is-
demanding y'all get married.
You know
so in
why?
a man's head, why should he get
You know
married?
We made it much too. Well, you were saying it too. We made it much too easy for ourselves, and for men especially to get away with having their cake, eating it
Women
too.
will be she'll be more apt and more ready to have a child by a man than to push a ring by a man.
Which is
because she figured,
sad.
okay, well, if we have a kid together,
He'll marry
we
me.
still
But you
got to
shouldn't
try
have premarital
somehow.
sex.
But I'm saying that's how a lot of it is.
What?
They'll
What
be
did you
more
say,
ready
Karen?
to
We should not be having premarital sex.
Yeah, we should.
If we're keeping it all the way real.
Like we
All
should.
the way real.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
We're like,
But in reality,
in the good book, beyond reality, the book states we are not supposed to be
Some of
having
us are Muslim.
premarital sex.
the good books.
Yeah, Bible, the basic instructions.
The Quran. Shout out to the Quran.
Wait, no, come on, let's listen to Derek for a second.
I'm on my soapbox.
He's actually saying something worth listening to.
We
right
shouldn't be having premarital sex.
True.
We shouldn't be shacking, living with each other.
Absolutely.
We're making it too easy on each other.
now. We are.
Like we aren't making the other sex.
All right, let me ask you a question. Let's put a time frame on it. What's the time frame you should propose or she should?
When it feels
propose?
right.
Only when it feels. But you know what?
So
Wait,
3 weeks?
No.
Let's say a month, 2 months.
Hold on a second. So, okay, 2 months what? 2 months is what you
If 2
should-
months, you be like, man, think this the one.
It happens.
Really? Bam.
But you know what? You
You
can
have
play,
to get married after 2 months.
you can play that card. But
True love.
if she
Love
don't
at first
feel,
sight?
if he or she don't feel that way, you
It
have
has
to be willing to
it
accept
has-
whatever
It definitely
comes.
has to be a mutual thing. You
Ultimately.
can't just be like, yo,
Ultimately.
we've been tweeting for 2 months, boo,
Say tweet. You been in my DMs for 2 weeks, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be that. Because I would say, my parents were together for 6 months. They knew each other for 6 months and they got married. And they've been married for, what, 34 years?
And
But you
people
know-
say this.
It
you know
could
what?
happen. It
But
could
you know-
happen.
The black community we're talking about.
No,
women, period.
You got a point. point
I think.
No, I'm saying because
we are talking
in the
about
white
No, no, no,
community
no.
and the Hispanic and the Asian, I don't see this problem. It's only with us, the black community.
I agree. I agree.
Not
more
singling
so.
anything
I
out.
think it's more so in the
Because
black community.
it's
Yeah.
tradition
No.
for the Latin woman
To cater
be raised to cater to
yes,
her man.
Yes, I know this.
He-
Talk to him.
he said I talked to him. He
No, I know
works.
some that say
She provides for the
dad
family,
makes sure
but he
everybody
works.
eat before she
Yeah.
sit down.
With the Asian families, they don't leave home until they're married.
Yeah.
They don't get there on like the traditional. Like,
So then we get to the place of
You know what?
did we lose? Wait,
No.
wait. Did we lose our tradition somehow, some way?
We had
We lost
traditions
our
in the
way.
50s,
We
60s,
lost our way.
70s. and then-
You know what?
Internet, Twitter, text messaging, cell phones.
so a whole bunch of stuff.
So you're blaming it on technology.
I really do.
But you know
I
what?
think it plays a role.
No,
I don't
I
think
would
you
say
blame it.
because
It
okay,
plays a role.
I watched the documentary. Okay,
Look at the difference in
and they
60s
actually
and
said
now.
that, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but you know, I watched this documentary and it said, so it's Bible. It said that welfare system did that to us because
I learned that in my political science
because
class.
they would not allow you to receive help if you had a
If
man
you
in the house.
lived with your
Right.
boyfriend,
So-
so y'all had to live in separate
Yeah,
houses.
so they made the fathers leave the house, the husbands leave the house in order to get these benefits. So after that, it was kind of, you know, your kids are being raised seeing daddy's not in the house. So it's okay for me to not have a daddy in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's what
with
changed
the
it.
crack epidemic.
That's what
So
changed all
many-
this stuff. So we can blame welfare. That's why I'm not married.
You know
I
what?
blame welfare. The welfare
okay.
system.
Right.
That's why.
This has been a great conversation.
I'm just
of
saying,
course,
we
and,
call,
you know,
that's where the whole keeping up with the Joneses
as it
came
always
from.
goes, I just have to stop the
Whoever the
conversation. I'm
fuck the
sorry, you
Joneses
guys.
were.
Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all you guys. This is the Houston edition of the His and Hers show. H-Town in the house.
Yeah.
Representing. So you guys,
Go
thank you
Texas.
so much. Go
Oh,
Texas.
hey, yeah, tomorrow, man.
So yes. Thank you guys for tuning into His and Hers show. It's Tammi Lorraine, and come back next week for another episode.
Alright, great job.
I love you, Tammy.
Tammy rocks, baby.
Marry me.
Marry you?
You're not white.